Hello and welcome to RC. It's Terry here, and it's been a long time since I've done a video on the channel. I'm not going to be in it because no one needs to see my fat ugly mug, especially not since lockdown, because it's got substantially bigger. It was big enough anyway. But let's get on to the most important thing. Styrene box. This is Andrew's fault. Well, kind of. I'll explain. When I bought the MC, or was looking to buy it, I saw online on YouTube, well, 2.5 years ago now, whenever it was, an MC8 that was done in KTM race colours. Now, for anyone that watches the channel knows this, knows that Andrew and I are big bike fans. I love the racing, always love bikes, and that's actually why I haven't done one of these videos for quite some time, because I've bought a new bike and been doing bits and pieces. I've also not been buying anything RC related since buying the Mammoth, because it's a substantial cost and I'm still recovering. So there haven't been any build videos or anything because there's been nothing to do but run them. Anyway, I saw a KTM race track with like a race box on the back, all painted with skylights in the roof and windows and doors. It was awesome, absolutely awesome. And I just thought, I want one of those. So I've wanted something like this for ages. Now this is going to be a race box. I begged Andrew pretty much to make something for me. He refused. For those that haven't seen it, go and check out his styrene build for his CA30. Typical Andrew, it's spot on accurate. He's got plans for it and everything, and it's going to look amazing when it's finished. If you haven't looked at the videos, please do. You know, typical Andrew, it's been done brilliantly. So I thought, you know, Andrew, you're a good friend of mine, go and make one for me. But he refused and refused and refused and just told me to do it myself. So I had to give in and do it. Why not? I couldn't resist any longer. So this is styrene card, 2mm thick. So these are all separate sheets. So they've all been glued on in a simple square formation. It has got a roof, although you can't see. There you go. So it's quite thick, and I took some advice with Andrew. This has just been measured out and cut. So there is a gap here, which I'll explain about in a moment. But the reason why I've done it shorter is, one, because I've used A4 bits of styrene and they're considerably cheaper than using A3, and then cutting off most of that A3 excess, if you like, and wasting lots of it to make it bigger. Two, I wanted to use the original battery box because I cannot be dealing with the faff of trying to take a box off or make it openable. This doesn't open, there's no doors on it at all. And it's bolted here and here with nylock nuts that go through here, so I've drilled through the side of the bed. So I couldn't be dealing with that. Those that run RC, when you're out in the mud, it's all very well doing something at home, and it doesn't take very long. You know, you're sitting at your workbench and you undo a couple of nuts and bolts and you get it off. You know, jobs are good. And when you're out in the cold and you're kneeling down and you're trying to undo things, it's not the same. Simplicity and less faffage the better is the key here. So this is why there's a gap. Andrew come up with the idea of maybe making something to go in this gap, which I probably will, that will be easy to remove, so I can just put the battery in, maybe like some kind of generator box or something. I haven't got that far yet. So anyway, I'm quite proud of myself. It's gone together. Inside here it's supported by a bamboo cane. I put these together as an accessory for the MC6 to put on the trailer. I bought loads from the garden centre, and I just took one, trimmed it down, and it's in the inside. I'll put a picture up of it. In the inside, hot glued to brace the two sides. And then these angles here that are on the outside to cover up the join, I've got some in here. Whoops. I've got heading away the camera. They're just little right angles, the same as Andrew has had on his. So they're just little strips, and what I've done is I've put them on the inside like that. So, well, really like that. So on the inside, one side is glued to this side and the top is glued to the top edge, and they go all the way along. So it's quite messy inside here, and no one's ever going to see inside it, because I use liquid poly on the inside to glue them together. And then once they were glued and they were set, and then the bamboo stick, supporting stick in the middle. I hot glued that, and I hot glued all the inside, so it's an absolute mess inside, but that doesn't matter because nobody's going to see it apart from me. It just means that it's really quite sturdy. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't move. You move the rig, and it doesn't wobble. I'm really pleased with how sturdy it's made it. And when I glued the top on, I put a really thick, heavy book overnight to try and keep the top and get it square, and it didn't move at all. So I'm really pleased with that. The sides have gone together quite well. I was really worried about the join lines. I know it's difficult to film in white, so this is probably blown out a tad in the shoot. Or the camera's probably blown it out, I should say. You obviously can see a join, but it's not too bad. Again, I used A4. Now there's a slight mistake here, and you can see it when I turn the truck round, because A4 is 297 by 210 millimeters. So the width of this bed is 210 exactly. Now you can see that these are bowing out ever so slightly. So I didn't really factor that in, that they would bow out that much, especially when it was glued. I did a cardboard fit with the advice of Andrew to start with, and that worked fine. But doing this, because I guess there's because of the thickness of the card here, it just pulled it out, so it kind of bows out slightly, which is a bit of a shame. What I should have done really was cut an extra piece and kind of overlaid it down the side, and that would have meant that it wasn't bowing out. But I was concerned about the joint. I glued it on here. It's been on here about 2 weeks, and it hasn't moved. It hasn't weakened the joint. So it seems okay. Visually it doesn't look brilliant, but I wasn't about to make the whole thing again. The other option would have been that I've done it in A3 and just cut off and hit all that extra wastage for an extra couple of millimeters. Styrene, when it gets to A3 and A4, is actually quite expensive, and the whole idea of this build was that it was to be really cheap. So that's the only downside, to be honest. I like this. Again, just 90-degree kind of strips just go around the top and the edge, just to hide the lines. I've copied Andrew, because why not? Yeah, copying's the best thing. I'll just do it better. Yeah, right. So I've made little cupboards and doors here. Now, I didn't look at any examples. I probably should have done. I just made it up completely off the top of my head. I sat down one afternoon at the weekend and thought, right, I got these are 0.25 millimeter bits of styrene. I cut them in little doors and fold out trays. The whole idea of this is that it's a motorbike storage race box, if you like. So in there would be bikes, tyres, and in these bits tools, helmets, leathers, that kind of thing. Just little bits and pieces, so little handles. These all come from raided spares, MC6, the Mammoth. They're all little hinges and bits and pieces that have just been glued on with liquid poly. Same at the back here. So little hinges. So this is supposed to be one really big door. It's like on a hydraulic door, so it lifts up. The idea being, I think, that the whole box is lifted off. You don't access it from the truck itself. It's lifted off at a race meeting. So this is just the transporter. You'll also notice here that I'm quite pleased with this. I've cut little indents out. These were quite tricky cutting those out. When it's, again, 2mm styrene, it's not an easy thing to cut out. It took a little bit of jiggery poking and messing around. But I'm really pleased. I'm really proud of how it's turned out. So if I turn it round this way, so you can see on this side again, there's just zoom in. There we go. So here again, just different type of handles. It's only different because those are things I could find and raid in the spares box just to make it look a little bit different, so it's not too samey. Cupboards, little cupboards, maybe some tool drawers that would pull out, so all the snap-on bits and pieces are in here. Just trying to be a little bit different and just come up with randomness, I suppose. So I think it's worked quite well. Andrew said it looks epic, which is good enough for me. I'm really pleased with it. Now the painting. So I have got some stickers for it. Now those stickers are KTM, because I do like KTM, well any motorbike really, but there's quite a few stickers here to choose from, and they are actually for an off-road bike, so they're fairly large in scale. What I intend to do is use these two, probably cut the racing bits out. Oh, going to the camera. Probably cut the racing bits out at the bottom, but they are going to go probably like that. So they're going to go up the side here. Now the colour of this box needs to fit in with the truck, because I don't want it to be completely different. I did consider it being completely different, but I think that would look rather naff. So what I've decided to do is take the truck theme of black and red. So there's going to be a black paint line going up here. There's going to be a black line going across the top of the roof. So this KTM sticker is going to be up here, probably without the racing on the bottom. Haven't decided completely yet. And then on the roof there's going to be that sticker as well. So that's going to be sat on there, because it's going to be a black line going across the roof. I was going to do the back doors black, but I don't think so. I think that will just be too over the top. I don't want too much black on it. So there'll be a black stripe up here, across the roof, and then down the other side, with the KTM sticker on the other side, just like it is on this side. And then the rest of this forward here is going to be red, which I think will look quite nice. I've got 4 sheets of these nice stickers, so they're going to be plastered all over the side of the box. They're not vinyl. I had right trouble trying to get vinyl stickers, so there's no kind of white edging, if you like, but I can't find decent ones, not that aren't really expensive anyway, and this is not supposed to be an expensive project by any stretch. So that's it. I've done a lot of the sanding because there was lots of glue marks down the outside. Still not absolutely perfect, so I need to do a little bit more prep. I'm going to prime it and then do the black and the red. It's all going to be enamel. We've got the black already left over from when Andrew sprayed the MC6 for me. I've also got half a can of red left over, and I've got some primer too. So the paint's not going to cost me anything. So this is my first ever scratch build, and it's been quite easy. Not been too bad. I've taken a long time with it. I would recommend, I mean it's broken now, but this is the Kellogg's box I made up myself, just as a replica, and then on the, you can see the cutouts I measured here for the bed. The back end's gone somewhere, this side's gone, don't know where it's gone, but that was invaluable. Normally with me I'm a bit rushed and a bit impatient, but that I cannot stress enough how important that was, because it maybe let me make the mistakes, and then it didn't, you know, I didn't make any mistakes with the styrene build, so that went perfectly, so that's really good. Again, making a box is fairly easy, not too difficult, and I'm really happy with it. So just quickly, I haven't decided yet about what I'm putting in this space here. Again, it's going to need to be openable whenever it is, as if I do put something in there, because I want to, you know, keep the battery tray if I can. So it's either going to be something that is going to be able to, I'm going to have to just velcro something in here and it's easy to lift off, or with an openable top. I want to try and avoid that, because that's what I wanted to avoid with this faffage. So something that, you know, a smaller box that I could be some kind of generator, I guess. So that needs some thought. I'm probably going to have it on the inside of the bed, not the outside, again to stop this issue of it. I don't need it bolted on, it doesn't need to be, it's not as heavy, so it's going to go inside the bed rather than outside, so that should make it a bit easier, and you won't have that kind of bowing sensation that this has got. It doesn't look too bad, to be fair. Nothing's going on the front. I might just stick some accessories and bits and pieces, but that's it. So, bit of an update from me. It's been a long time, it's nice to be back, and I will feed back again and report back when the painting's done. And any disasters. I feel confident enough with my painting now that, you know, I'm going to give it a go with the masking. The trouble with black and red is they're very dominant colours, and if I don't do the marking very well, you're going to get some overspray and it's going to look a bit, ugh. Lines are always a bit funny. I was going to do the whole thing red, but an orange KTM sticker on a red background's going to look a bit naff, I think. So yeah, we'll see how it comes out. If the paint goes wrong, I'm confident I know that I can just do it again and make a different decision. So let's go with it. She should look awesome on the trail. I'm very pleased. I'm very excited. Thank you for watching, everybody, and watching our videos. We've got lots coming up. We've done quite a few runs, and of course Andrew's been to Wales, which is awesome. I didn't get to go, which I'm very jealous about. Next time, so I'll get to meet Steve, RC Crawler Mid Wales. It looked like an epic journey, and there's some more of those videos to come that Andrew is editing when he pulls his finger out. So that should be ace. So stay tuned. Thanks as always for your support, and please like and subscribe. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, so come on folks, share the videos and get us up to that magic 1,000. Thanks again, take care, bye for now.